Are you ready?
Audio.
They not ready.
We run this shit, you understand?
Yes, go.
Focus. Speed. I am speed. Faster than fast, quicker than quick. I am lightning.
on the center, baby. Keep putting pressure.
Don't you need a table? Playing with these guys. We're not playing with them.
Focus. Speed. I am speed. Faster than fast, quicker than quick. I am lightning.
And thank you for joining us here at Generation X Youth Sports Network. Of course, it's going down today in Huntsville, Alabama. Birmingham Chargers in the blue helmets, black. I don't know why these teams wanted to make it the black jersey contest today, but it is what it is. So we're going to kind of just fight through identifying them throughout the day. And, of course, Big Wahoma in the red Seminole vibes, or the crimson red, I would say. Double pass. And the receiver, I'm not sure if it was to number 32 or the 21 for the intent, but miscommunication. The halfback just went to get the ball out there. I don't think he was able to see or locate his receiver, so that's going to be incompleted. Score is 0-0, first quarter action right here in Huntsville. Chargers are not too far from this city, out of Birmingham, and we're in Huntsville. A lot of good football in Alabama. Montgomery has some good teams as well. And Mobile as well. Quarterback back to pass. Ball is up. It's going to be overthrown. And early in this preseason, quarterback looks like they have to work on their timing with their receivers. Incomplete pass. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Chargers. So early morning action right here in Huntsville. We'll be bringing you live action all day. Today are the elimination for the championship. So championships will be brought to you this evening as we are playing tournament football. Listen, next week in Houston will be showcase games, and we'll be releasing that schedule this week as well. And back to the action. Quarterback's in shotgun for the Chargers. Pistol formation, 2 backs in the backfield, handoff right up the middle, number 4 with the carry. Maybe a gain of 3. Let's see where they place the ball. So now they're in a hurry up, fast tempo offense. They want to kind of catch Wahoma so they can't substitute any of their defensive players. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Excuse me, 4th and 6, 4th and 6, 4th and 6. This time play action, quarterback back to pack. He scans the field, goes to his 3rd progression, throws it in over the outstretched hands of his would-be receiver. And they're still looking for the connection timing between the quarterback and wide receivers here for the Chargers. So that's going to be turnovers and downs. Big Wahoma will set up their offense. 1st and 10.
play, man.
Hand off right up the middle and nothing's there. Defensive tackles penetrate behind the line of scrimmage. Tackled by number 77. Looking like a load to block. Knocks off the helmet of a would-be carrier, number 2. And that's going to do it for your first quarter action right here on Generation X, U Sports Network. When we come back, we'll bring you second quarter action. Wahoma Chargers right here on Generation X.
Understand me. Understand me. Let's go. We come here for one thing only. To punch them in their motherfucking mouth. If you ain't about it, say you ain't about it and get the out of here.
This ain't no G, this shit smoking, this shit thrash for real. This that had you choking and got Tuka killed. Chasing clout and claiming bodies, they ain't do for real. And my got shots, but I promise that this strap is real. This ain't no G, this shit smoking, this shit thrash for real. This that had you choking and got Tuka killed. Chasing clout and claiming bodies, they ain't do for real. And my got shots, but I promise that this strap is real.
You ain't never in the city, how the f you niggas active? I be hollering free little Sunny till I'm screaming that shit backwards. How you sliding, ain't nobody dying, that's a Kappa rapper. These lollipop, and I better yet, them boys the rapper. If I call it, it's disaster. Nobody matters. Can't catch my drift, I be swerving right there past it. You sent them boys to crash, oh that's your ass, go get the powder. I rock to make them ends meet, Lil' Nine ain't tryna battle. I pick you.
I wanna talk about them Texas and Florida boys, come check us out. Yeah, check us out, nigga. Yeah.
And welcome back to Generation X Youth Sports Network. Wahoma's under center. Second half action. Zero score. 12 and under action right here in Generation X Youth Sports Network. Hand it right up the middle and no room. Tough sledding all day for Wahoma. Man, it's hard for them to get yards against this defense. Chargers defense have definitely been swarming through the ball. Number 34, if you'll notice, towering over everybody at the defensive tackle. A load to block. He's really just taking up two positions. He's doing what we call a gap technique. And he's just basically pushing the guard in one hole, and he's, assuming the position in the other. So no room there to run in between tackles. And 34 is a big part of it on the defensive line for the Chargers. So right now, that'll bring up 2nd and 11. They'll lose a yard on that play. And their backs are against their own end zone. So looks like they're going to come out in the power set once again. Cover one for the Chargers. Brings the safety in the box as another linebacker. You'll see 33 right behind the middle linebacker. So they're coming for run. And he'll run to the weak side. Oh, man, and a shoestring tackle. As you see, the free safety, the strong safety was in the box, but to the left. If he breaks that tackle, he's still running right now. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 for Big Wahoma. Score 0-0 right here on Generation X Youth Sports Network. First weekend of YNC preseason action. We'll start tallying all these particular games and how teams look, their preseason performance, so we can get a real authentic ranking positions for all these teams, 6U to 14U. Power set once again for Wahoma. Wishbone, fullback, 2 tailbacks in the back. Halfback, tailback, fullback, wishbone position. Quarterback's on this, and they're getting a audible right now from the coach. Whoa, he's submarine in the backfield. Big tackle. And if you're going to commit to this run-heavy offense, man, you better get some blocking. There's going to be a late flag in there. It looks like there's going to be something said by one of those Charger players after that tackle. Little extracurricular activity. Let's see the official call right here. White hat is going to come out. He's going to talk to the head coach of the Chargers. Keep the game in check. So I can overhear a little bit as referee and saying there's certain things we just don't want on that side being said. So let's just keep it in check and no walk off. And walk off the 15 yards. So that's going to make it 1st and 10 for Wahoma. And that same run-heavy formation. They'll come right. And that's going to give you a gain of 2. So it looks like the mindset of Big Wahoma is just to come out here and run a heavy set right at the Chargers all day. Chargers in their tough run defense. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Seminoles. Second and 8. It looks like they're getting some adjustments from the sideline once again.
One right, one right, one right.
Don't let him get nothing.
Handoff right up the middle, and he's gang tackled in the backfield. Nothing but penetration by the Chargers in the backfield. It was more Chargers in the backfield than it was Seminoles. So they'll lose 2 on that. That's going to bring up 3rd. Third and 9. Chargers once again in a cover 1. Safeties in the box as a linebacker once again.
Laser, laser. Be good, coach. Plug to the finish.
Wishbone formation once again. And he's tackled in the backfield. And I think if they're going to want any yards against this Chargers defense, they're going to have to come up out of that wishbone. I can understand that you want to create an identity of your team and of your offense. And, you know, it's like certain coaches would say, the old coach of the Dallas Cowboys at the time was Jimmy Johnson. He says, well, it doesn't really matter what they know if we're doing it or not. We're just going to execute it better. But listen, this is not the case. You got to come up out of that formation because you're not winning that battle. Big set to their big goal line defense, which they're bringing that safety down in the box, active as a linebacker, and they're winning the number games at the point of attack. So, you know, offensively, they're going to have to be more creative if they want to go ahead and challenge this team. First and 10 Chargers at the 30-yard line. They'll get an audible in from the offensive coordinator. Handoff right up the middle. There's a crease there, still up the feet. He'll cut back in. Lost his footing. Looked like he could get a little bit more yards there, but runs the left-hand side. That's going to bring up 2nd and 5 Chargers. And we'll have a water break. When we come back, more action right here on Generation X Youth Sports Network. And back to the action right here on Generation X Youth Sports Network. 2nd and 5 for the Chargers. Score is 0-0. Defensive battle between Big Wahoma and Birmingham. Handoff right up the middle. And he'll get a couple yards. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 for the Chargers here. Third and 2, handoff to the right-hand side. Feels his way out, spins it, and that's enough for a first. Still on his feet. Dazzling run. Gets him out to the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, Chargers on the move. First and 10, Chargers. Chargers come out in a shotgun formation. 2 wing backs. Tailback in the back. Sends a play in motion. Fake jet sweep. Handoff to the right-hand side. He has some room, still on his feet. Breaks a tackle. And almost to the first down marker once again. That's going to be a 9-yard run. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1 for the Chargers. So that'll be an 8-yard run. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 2. 2nd and Second and 2. Quarterbacks in shotgun, play in motion. This time jet sweep. Not a lot of room there. So he gets hit at the line of scrimmage. Let's see where they give the official mark at. One-yard run, so that's going to bring up 31 for the Chargers. They can get a first at the 40-yard line. Pistol formation, and it's going to be whistles on the play. And they may have a false start on this one. Let's see what the call is. And that'll back them up 5 yards. That was a very favorable 3rd and 1 for them. So that now bring them to 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. And this might be 4 down territory for the Chargers here. But you can tell by this offense they want to stay on schedule and churn out 4 to 5 yards a game. So and flags once again, false start. So 2 back-to-back penalties. That's 10-yard penalties for the Chargers. So that's going to back them up. So they go from 3rd and 1 to now 3rd and 11. So this series, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot, going backwards. 3rd and 11 from 31 to 3rd and 11. 2 back-to-back 5 to 5 yard penalties. Pistol formation once again. This time it's a handoff to the left-hand side. Still on his feet. He gets most of those yards back. So that's going to bring up 4th. And like I said, this is going to be 4 down territories for the Chargers. Fourth and 4 for the Chargers. 4th and 4. They can get a first at the 40-yard line. Handoff, right-hand side, stays on his feet, breaks 1 tackle, gets to the first down mark, and it's going to depend on the spot. It's going to depend on the spot there. And the ref towards this sideline has the spot. And that looks like it's going to be a first down. Up, they go for a measurement. So they go for a measurement. Now from the chain. And that's going to be a first.
First down.
So that's a first.
First down.
So 1st and 10 Chargers. And there's flags on the play. Penalty will back the Chargers up once again. 10-yard penalty on holding. And we have a timeout on the field. When we come back, more action right here, Generation X, for the conclusion of this 12U action.
Man, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro.
I'm one of them, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. The way I run routes, the way I move. I think I'm more aggressive than everybody else. When I go high point the ball, bro, I just know I'm just gonna come down with it, bro. Ain't nobody, you could be on me, on top of me, you can hold me, it's me, bro. I always talk my shit. You feel me? If somebody, especially somebody try to come at me and try to start at me, oh, you about to get the business. There's not too many like me. There's none like me. I just took off, man. I ain't never landed.
And welcome back to action as it is a defensive battle between Big Wahoma and the Chargers. Chargers with the blue helmets and Wahoma with the garnet pants. Looking like a version of the Florida State Seminoles. Garnet and gold. All right, here we go. Play clock is running. Quarterback gets his audible. Different formation for the Chargers right now. They look like they're in a pass formation. Twins receiver to the top of your screen, single receiver to the bottom. One set back. Quarterback back to pass, play action. He'll look downfield. He'll come back the other way. Goes through 3 progressions. Wide open receiver, and he hits him across the middle. And that's a completion for the Chargers. They're in an up-tempo offense right now, 2-minute offense. As they're coming to the conclusion of this game, score 0-0. They don't want to go into overtime, so there's timeout. Chargers. Nice completion for the Chargers. And let's take a look at that completion. Let's see how it turned out. Well, how he was able to get open across the middle of the field. No one went with him. Quarterback was able to drop back. And if you look at this quarterback, he was able to go through 3 progressions and come back to the middle of the field. Heavy formations. They're going to come out here and try to spread out this Big Wahoma defense. And right now the ball is going to be spotted around the 33-yard line. So they have 33 yards to punch it into this end zone before the end of regulation. All right, 2nd and 4. Chargers come out in the same formation once again, twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Now 11 is at the bottom of your screen. There's one-on-one coverage. Now, regardless that they're in a passing formation, the safety's more cheated to the middle of the field, so they're in the 2 high, cover 2, and they're going to that one-on-one that I just mentioned to number 11. Oh, and almost intercepted as number 27 for Big Wahoma came back to the ball, and number 11 kind of waited on it, and that was the difference of a completion or incompletion. You have a ball like that, you got to come back to the ball. And so I think a lesson learned there. Oh, and we got a flag here on the play. Flag comes in late, and this is going to be a dead ball foul. This was not in the play of action. And it looks like it's going to be a sideline warning. I think these refs want to just keep the coaches off the field of play through on the process of the plays going on. But, yeah, listen, cornerback came back, broke on the ball, and was almost an interception. Could have been a pick 6 to break this game open. So that's the official call, sideline warning. And it's going to be 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 for the Chargers. 3rd and 4 for the Chargers. This time they'll come out, and let's see as they set up the offense. Will they come back to that big receiver? Big, tall receiver for the 12, and it's going to be timeout. Big Wahoma right now. And right now it's a chess game between these two as they're trying to stop the Chargers getting into this end zone as the ball is marked on the 34-yard line. And it's about matchups. They're trying to get their big receiver on their smaller cornerback. And number 11 is a tall, rangy receiver for the Chargers. As you'll see him jog back into the huddle. And they're trying to set them up by formation, putting trips to the other side, forcing the safety to go cover the Twins receiver or the trips receiver, and then get number 11 on one-on-one matchup. So let's see what the formation is. And a lot of these plays are won or lost before the ball's even snapped just by formation. So be very important that we see this matchups or the matchups in a pre-snap read. Here we go. So now they put their big receiver to the top of the screen, switch your sides, and they bring their speedy receiver, number 7, to the bottom of the screen, one-on-one coverage. Now they're shifting number 11 once again, now to the slot. So very interesting matchups here. There's nobody on top of number 11 right now. Now they'll shift the linebacker out, and then the safety's now going to cover him one-on-one. So it's a lot of stuff going on pre-snap right here. Quarterback, and he'll call his own number right now. And not a lot there, as it's been tough sledding in the trenches between both of these teams. They've been playing lights out at the line of scrimmage. So the only success that either one of these teams have seen, and that's it for end of regulations between these two teams. We're going to overtime now. So listen, because it's tournament style and there's tons of teams that they're getting through the overtime action, they're going to go into overtime. It's a quick overtime. It's like what they call there's a name for it, guys. Y'all help me out for it. When you go into the overtime and you get there and you get in and out, so it's relatively quick. And a lot of these teams, they don't really want to get it to overtime. You want to kind of get your points in regulation. But it's been equally matched between the two. All defense between big Wahoma and Birmingham Chargers. Another 12U that's looked pretty impressive out here through the weekend. You got to look at the CDJ. They look pretty impressive the entire weekend as well. Of course, one of the most dominant performance given pound for pound this weekend. Got to love those boys over at Atlanta Elite 8 and under, the returning national champs or defending national champs. They were 7U last year, this year 8U. Just blowing the wheels off the competition. Of course, Big Lambo being Big Lambo. So they'll be in their tough right, Atlanta Elite, with a big victory over Miramar Wolverines at the 10 and under yesterday. So here we go, Birmingham Chargers trying to make their play count for overtime.
More yards, it's over with.
Oh, same way. Wishbone formation. And Chargers will walk away with this one as they'll move on to the 12U championship. If you want to keep up with the scores in the brackets, guys, get the app Zorts, Z-O-R-T-S. and it will show you the scores as we continue to go in the bracket. So thanks for tuning in here at Generation X Youth Sports Network. More action to come all last day. Birmingham Chargers, they continue to go on for the 12U here at Huntsville, Alabama. And we'll bring you more action right here on Generation X Youth Sports Network coming up next.